as a reason to worry.
President, I think it needs a lot of serious empirical substantiation. But what the president is doing, and it's good we all read, is endeavoring to deliver the manifesto. And he's not doing politics. He's not on early campaigns.
He's campaigning.
Visiting Western, let's be factual. He's the president of the Republic of Kenya. He has conducted a cabinet meeting at State Lodge, Kakamega. He has presided over the release of bonuses to the sugarcane farmers in Western, and they are reaping bonuses for the first time in many, many years. An industry that was undermined during Moi administration by cartels, the sugar importers, and during Kibaki administration, the cartels continued undermining the sugarcane farmers in Western. During Uhuru administration, the cartels continued undermining the sugarcane farmers. And this war against cartels must go on. And the President Ruto has managed to age out cartels in 2 years. That now the tonnage in production of sugarcane has nearly doubled, and we are now producing sugar more than any other time, and that the Ministry of Agriculture has revoked importation licenses for sugar barons, and I hope he's not speaking for those cartels. When you hear those who are fighting the president bitterly and furiously, it's because they're losing their businesses. Yes, they are cartels, they're the patrons of cartels. And that for the first time, the farmers are benefiting. And the president must go on protecting the farmers. And he presided over the first bonus payments. And it is evident that Kenyan farmers, particularly the cane farmers from Nyanza and Western, can export sugar in this country. That is a big thing that the president should even spend another one more week in Western, visiting as many sugarcane farmers as possible. That is what the president promised to turn around, and he has succeeded in turning around. And that is not politicking. It is real delivery.
Okay.
These are tangible things. Those are things that any blind man can see
and let's focus
without spectacles.
On the presidential events that we've seen in the past few months and a few weeks. The cartoon, I'll draw your attention to the cartoon on page 14 of the Standard, which talks about one word that we've seen now being bandied around on headlines, and this is a return of sycophants. And they draw a parallel between then and now, and we can see images of a caricature of the third president of this republic, President Mwai Kibaki. On one hand, with someone kneeling down, branded sycophant, and the current president, something similar, someone else kneeling down, and is a sycophant. But there's a stark difference between the two sycophants. The sycophant kneeling before President Mwai Kibaki is clapping and appears a bit guarded.
And in a suit.
The one before President William Ruto has a very long tongue and is already licking.
Scantily dressed.
Scantily dressed, has a very long tongue and is even licking the president's shoes.
Licking the shoes.
Do you agree that, yes, indeed, we are seeing something that we've seen before? It is not a new phenomenon that every president, every leader of this caliber will have people who will act as court jesters and sing their praises, but that what we are seeing right now is a bit over the top.
Sure. Fred has rightly said, if you look at all the presidents, you know, during the time of President Moi, we used to have the Kariuki Chotaras, the Mulu Mutesias, and all that team. The good thing at that time, most of the sycophants then were illiterate. So Kenyans could understand them. We came to Kibaki, who also, there were sycophants, but Kibaki's sycophants were a bit moderate. You know, they were decent people. I remember, if you look at this picture, it could be, let me not mention the names, but because they're still there.
They're still there.
Even though they were sycophants, they conducted themselves in a level with a bit of dignity. You know, they would say things, but not the things where you go licking somebody's shoes. Now, the level of the President Ruto's sycophants have taken the issue of sycophants to an higher level. To a level where, as you can see, they are scantily dressed. The other two never licked shoes of the president. These ones are doing it. And what it says is, with people who have lost, I don't know whether they've lost their brains or what, that when they get to the podium, the kind of things they say, I'm sure even Ruto as our president is worried, what are they saying? The other day you saw somebody saying, Kenyans are going to re-elect you. And even if they don't give you enough votes, we'll even get still more votes for you on a podium. And this is a podium where nationally everybody is watching this space. Kenya and internationally, and your leader. So we are saying circumstances will always be there. But then there's how you conduct yourself that you lower that level to a level which has never been before. I think what we are seeing now, and the times we are in, is a worse situation than what we used to see Mulu Mutesia and the Chetaras of this world doing in those old days. So we really need, this is an area, and I think the president, because he's the one who's getting all these praises through circumstance, you can also tell them moderate a bit. It's too much. It's too much.
I recall when I was still in school, and the then Education Minister Peter Oloaringo was speaking very